Alright, welcome to the Wade and Q podcast for 4/4/16. I'm here with Dagless and Bilb.
Hello.
Billy Box.
You're gonna say bollocks?
I was close to.
I don't think you can say that on Twitch. I feel like
Since
it's a ban.
Billy's had a, well, I've said a lot of worse stuff on Twitch.
Yeah.
To the podcast.
You've also said a lot of worse things that you claim that I said, but really it was you saying them.
Yo, yeah, because I forgot you're my split personnel.
Your split personnel?
My split personnel.
Yeah. But it's been a while since Billy's been on here. So welcome back to the podcast, Billy.
And
Why
about
does it say Cross is here?
Oh
Cross is
shit!
Fucked up.
That's the reason why Billy is here, and quite possibly Dagless as well.
I've decided I'm gonna be taking over Cross's.
Welcome to
This is a hostile
the
takeover.
podcast. This is the shittiest webcomic I've
Shit.
ever been on.
I'm literally still trying to upload my my announcement that the podcast is up.
He's a shit one, Mr. Flub. He really fucked it up.
Did
But-
he though?
Yeah,
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing okay. I got a sort of a job,
Ooh,
and
what's
I'm
that
doing
about?
things. It's basically it's like a training thing that I'm being paid for, and then I'm gonna get set up with a job after that.
Ooh, you gotta watch out for those pyramid schemes.
It's not. It's with the government.
Oh, that's good. You're like,
the
you know,
amount of
just-
interviews
The
I've had
biggest
with
pyramid
schemes.
scheme.
It's great.
Fucking pyramid schemes.
I hate pyramid schemes because all it is it's just you have to you have two options you can go. Either you could be a hostile asshole and they just keep on trying to convince you, or you can just nod your head and get out of there as fast as humanly possible.
Or you could try to do something in it. If you're as big of a dick as them, like,
No.
if you're willing to fuck other people over, you can do well in a pyramid scheme. Like, if you're not the bottom of the pyramid, you're fine. You can make money.
I mean, you kind of get fucked over anyway because
Yeah.
you have to buy these shitty knife sets. That's one of the pyramid schemes that I saw.
Yeah, but like I said, if you're not on the bottom, you're fine. If you're the guy selling, like, okay, the way it works, you know, there's the guy at the top who's making all the money. Then there's like the people making the knives, just for an example. Then there's the people selling those knives to the people who sell the knives, you know?
Hmm.
So as long as you're not the guy selling the knives door to door, you're making money.
But how do you get out of that? You have to wade through selling
Okay.
knives.
You wade through selling knives, or you're such a vindictive fucking twat and such a shrewd businessman that you manage to at least go up one step. Then you make money. It's like
Yes
makeup.
and no. That's where like the whole. That's the other way they get you, is by thinking that you can progress when really
Okay, well maybe you can't. I don't know. I've never gone through a pyramid scheme.
pyramid
but
schemes are weird.
as long as you're not on the bottom rung, you're gonna make some money.
Not as much money as you lose.
Okay.
Yeah, because at the start, well, don't they get you a little taste of success there for?
Yeah,
a bit,
they give you a little bit of cocaine. They fucking drop you in a pit of money, and then they fucking make you.
They
give
rip it
you-
out from under you.
Yeah, they rip it out from under you, and then they're like, "Go sell knives." What were we talking about before this? Why did we start talking about this?
This is a gaming podcast, not about pyramids. We're talking about how you're advancing your life in a meaningful way.
Yeah, I'm
Dagless.
doing things. I'm still doing, you know, a little bit of freelance voice acting, and I am still looking up and preparing to do my first shitty voice pack, which is going to be the Dagless Raider Fallout 4 voice pack.
Oh God.
I'm gonna make a voice for a raider, and then you know you can play the game, and you can hear me as a raider.
That's gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I can
Why,
make the
why
quality.
does Raider sound like he's in a hallway? When clearly he's outside.
He's got
Well,
like
that's
a
why
$40 mic.
I need to. I'm gonna get a better mic and whatnot, and you know, now that I have a job, you know.
Why is there a chicken noise clucking behind this Raider when obviously this Raider is by himself?
You need to make a mod to turn a raider in the game just to a chicken. As well.
Okay.
There you go.
He'll
And then
just
you can
carry a
cluck.
gun.
It'll be called the shitty Dagless chicken voice pack.
You know he's sensitive about the chickens.
I know. You know, last night Dagless was streaming and he got a little bit drunk.
Okay, let me just say something Okay, the last 2 nights, everybody's been shitting on me for no reason.
To be fair, that's only because you just recently noticed. It's actually been happening for long.
Well,
We shit on
it's-
everybody.
Look,
It's
That's true.
I'm used to Billy shitting on me and calling me a
It's
prepubescent child
our
and shit.
generation.
It doesn't mean anything when Billy says it. I don't
I don't need
care.
that from you, Dagless.
That
You
might be harder than what I said.
shit on me so many times in Ark. I don't even want to hear it, Dagless.
Yeah, but I try not to shit.
I don't
on
even
you.
want to hear it.
I go out of control, and you did something. You
What?
fucked up. I didn't do a shit.
You done goofed.
Listen, you admitted that you don't like being a chicken.
Yeah.
That makes me sad, Dagless.
Well, I'm sorry that you said his favorite chicken's not even an animal. I mean, wait. Backwards.
Wow, what the fuck is your favorite chicken then? Is it some sort of like werewolf? A
Sesame
weird chicken?
It's a cockatoo. It's not
Oh.
even a chicken.
I like sesame seed, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Other than that, streaming a lot more. Boss is back, so that's good.
Over at Drive Not Found. That's where you're streaming. Definitely
Yeah.
not this place.
No, I stream here every night. Nobody watches, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Billy? How's your past 3 years been?
Uneventful.
Oh, pretty much sums up my past 3 years too.
I had disposable income that I didn't have disposable income. Now I have disposable income. Just keeps on going back and forth.
It's a good life. You're gonna be a security guard, right? Is that?
Yep, that's gonna be pretty good.
There you go.
My brother was like, "Hey, have you ever noticed how security guards are always fat?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, I have." Because it's a pretty sweet gig.
That's what
All
I
they gotta do
dream
is
to
sit
be.
down and have fun.
Yeah,
Gonna catch
install
up on
cameras in
Netflix.
the girls' washroom. You know.
Oh God. Good luck with that. Do they even
Oh,
have?
I'm assuming I'm gonna find a job where that's already pre-done, and I don't have to do the hard work.
Yeah, your new buddy Chris or something. Like that'll be his
Yeah.
name, Chris Farley.
He's gonna
he'll
bring him home,
just-
Douglas.
Yeah.
Hey, too soon.
Okay.
I'll
What
tell
have you been doing, Cube?
I've
Your
just
mom.
been doing the usual, just floundering around, doing pretty much uneventful
Nothing?
stuff. Yeah, I need to get a haircut, but that's about the most
I
exciting.
need to
thing
get
in
a
my life.
haircut and I need to shave my face.
I've been streaming. I played a bit of Silent Hill 2. There's that.
Yeah, when did you do that? Because I missed both times, I think.
I only
Because
did it once.
Yeah, and when yeah.
Yeah, what you said.
So when are you gonna stream again?
I was gonna do it a couple nights ago, but I wanted to make sure that the cutscenes and stuff were fine. Unfortunately, the emulator seems to be a bit funky with Silent Hill 2. Like, there's
Okay.
something weird with the cutscenes. You can't make the game look better. Otherwise, it runs into performance issues, and the cutscenes get stupid. So, but you can change it on the fly, so I might have to do that. Or, I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just make it look shitty.
You should stream another game too, so that if something is not good, then you have a backup.
Well, I still have Wasteland 2. I haven't finished that yet. Although I'm scared to go back to it because I'm gonna die and lose everybody.
Then you just end the stream and go stream something else.
Like what? I don't
Like-
have any games to stream, Dagless.
Sure you do.
No, I don't.
Go-
Bad Rats
Yeah, Bad
No.
Rats.
That should
Or,
get anybody banned from Twitch.
or Rayplay.
Yeah, or Rayplay, or
Right.
Honey Pop.
Yeah,
I don't know. I still don't know why that game is banned from Twitch.
Because
Doesn't have any
only the
sexual
adults-
content.
Only the adult version is. I think that you can play the censored version still.
Okay, that's good.
So there you go. Play the censored version.
yeah, play a censored version of Honey Pop. It'll
I'll
be
make
good.
sure to not do that.
Play
Ooh.
Bejeweled, but worse, because the titillation is gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
You still have some titillation. Get it.
Not really.
Oh.
No, you don't.
I noticed Cross released a thing of him and Relic playing that pony game. What is it called?
Secret
Pony
of the
Island?
Magic Crystal.
No,
No.
Secret of the Magic. Buckus needs to play Pony Island though on stream. That'll be
Yeah.
legendary.
Well, someone needs to buy it for him and tell him not to look at what it's about.
I should stream Super Hot. I should get Super Hot and then stream Super Hot,
It's a good game.
and then just every 5 seconds just go Super Hot.
Super hot.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
that's,
where are you gonna stream that to?
my own channel, This is where I segue, and then I do a shit ton of self-promotion.
Yeah.
Billy is found. That's the
Yeah.
stream
No,
name.
it's
No, it's called Drive Found.
yeah.
Billy.
Drive found.
Drive found Billy.
C._drive found. Good times.
gonna
That
be a
way I
hard name
show
to
up
find.
in the listings first before you guys. It's like the phone book, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess we can move on to our first topic. PlayStation 4K has been announced. That's fancy.
What is it? Just the PlayStation 4 that has
It's
like
upgraded.
support for 4K or something?
Mhm.
No. Well, yes and no.
What?
They're upgrading all the hardware.
Okay.
Like they're upgrading the hard drive, they're upgrading the processor, they're upgrading literally everything.
How much is it going to cost?
Probably the same as a PS4 originally cost, is my guess.
Is there going to be some sort of deal where you can trade in a PS4 and get like a deal?
Oof, I don't know.
Probably, but not through Sony.
Okay.
Maybe like GameStop or something, or some third party store.
Or if you're Canadian, EB Games.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the same company, literally.
I am not going to get 4K.
Or if you're British, Babbage's.
Babbage's.
Yeah, it's called Babbage's in Britain.
Isn't Baps like
Those are boobs.
slang for boobs?
I'm also pretty sure originally it was a racial epithet for Jewish people.
Well, that's
I'm not
good.
joking. It originally was a racial, it was a slur.
That's really good.
Cube, you just said a slur.
I'm sorry for racism.
All of it.
Yeah. Can I find the King Jew and apologize to him?
No, he was crucified.
Yeah, he was.
He's already been dead for, according to the Bible, a couple thousand years.
Yeah.
Or, a couple hundred years, rather.
But he rose
forgot
up
that.
from the swamp, and then he went to heaven.
And then he repeat.
He'll eventually come back, apparently. You can apologize then.
But the PlayStation 4K. Yeah, the PlayStation
Yeah.
4K, that looks interesting. But I think it's like a weird take on the consoles of like kind of like the way PCs can get modularly upgraded.
Well, they're looking into, making modular video game systems eventually.
That'd be good. Didn't they have something going on with the iPhone or something where you could insert pieces to make it different? You know what I'm talking about?
I
No
don't know.
idea.
I swear to
work
God, I
at a
remember
phone
something
store,
about that.
So I have no idea.
It's
You can
probably
insert
some bullshit
SD cards into
Kickstarter.
Android phones.
That's true. That's why I have an Android and not an
Well,
iPhone. It'll gouge me for
is
that.
anybody that we are here going to get a PlayStation 4K? I doubt it.
Nope.
I might get a PlayStation 4 because they'll drop in price significantly.
That's a good point. And I also gotta wonder how effectively Sony is gonna support this new console. Because they do not have a good track record. The PlayStation Vita.
That's true.
Look at that thing. There was even a thing called a PSP Go. Apparently.
It was basically a PSP, but it didn't have the video game slot, so all it could do was digital games.
Oh
It was literally-
shit! I remember that.
It was literally the exact same as a PSP. It just couldn't use the UMDs.
PSP UMDs were stupid. I hated them. They looked dumb. They felt dumb. They were dumb. PSP
They
was
were pretty
dumb.
Yes and no. I disagree with you on the PSP being dumb, though.
It could have been good
It was
if
good.
they,
PSP
if they
itself.
did more games for it. That's the problem. There were no games for it. No good games. Killzone, PSP.
For the PSP?
Yay. Yeah,
Fraser,
there was...
every PS1 game was on the PSP.
Okay, well that's not a PSP specific game. How many
Okay,
like
we'll go,
PSP specific games were great?
Okay, Persona 3 Portable.
Okay,
Parasite
well I
Eve
don't like
3.
Persona. Come on, Parasite
Par-
Eve isn't that on the PS1?
Yeah, but the third one was on PSP. Let's see. Brave Traveler. Final Fantasy Crisis Core. God of War. All of the good God of Wars were on the PSP.
It just feels like
that's what's the word?
Star Ocean 1 and 2.
What's the word when you say something that's just like really stupid? Like the
being
good, like
really
like
stupid?
when you say the good God of Wars,
redundant.
No, what's the word? Yeah, redundant. No, not
Oxymoronic?
redundant because that would mean they were good. Yeah, it's an oxymoron. There's no such thing as a good God of War game.
oh damn.
All of the Castlevanias were on PSP.
But that's the thing I heard you complain about a lot.
Dexter.
That there weren't enough
Wait,
good games.
Is Castlevania from the
that was
Nintendo
the
64
Vita
on
I was
there?
talking about, not the PSP.
Oh.
There's
Yeah.
no good Vita games.
Well, I mean, technically, wasn't there a thing that they had on the PlayStation Vita with the PlayStation 3 or 4, where if you got a game on the
They were
PlayStation, you could
supposed
get
to
it?
do that, but they didn't.
There
Oh.
were for the PS3. There's like 3 games. For the PS4, there's
Oh.
all the games.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that at least.
So
For the
you could play Bloodborne on your PS Vita.
Yes, it was promised for the PS3, but then it wasn't really delivered. But
Okay.
it was for the PS4.
Yeah, I also gotta wonder if developers are gonna support this. Are they gonna make games exclusive to the PlayStation 4K?
I feel like yeah,
Probably.
because that's what they did with the new 3DS.
I
Which was
mean,
again an upgraded 3DS.
I looked up the games list for the new 3DS.
I mean,
It didn't really
makes,
look like that many games.
It makes sense, Cube,
exclusive.
because if you're gonna upgrade your console and you don't make games that use that, like if you make a game that uses the upgrades in the console, you're not going to be able to run it on the older console.
What about downscaling?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. That's more money. When
That's true.
they probably just want people to buy the 4K.
I mean, fuck, the Silent Hill 2, didn't that have downscaling things too for the PlayStation 2?
I don't know.
What do you
That's
mean?
why. That's why you can upscale on the emulators, right? Because you have the...
No, not that's no, Cube. No,
maybe I'm
no,
just...
you're wrong. No, you're just wrong.
The point I'm trying to make here is that, is it going to split the PlayStation 4 player base?
Yeah,
Probably.
I can almost guarantee it.
That's
Yeah.
a horrible, horrible idea.
They're probably going to discontinue the PS4, to be honest.
That would be silly.
God, I'm so happy that I'm just on PC.
Honestly, it's probably going to be like the PS5. Like they're calling it the PS4K, but it's probably going to be a whole new like thing.
Yeah.
Like this.
What's interesting...
PS4K sounds stupid as well.
How about PS4.5
Why don't they
Yeah, that
just call it
sounds
the
pretty
PS,
stupid, too.
like PlayStation 5 or something?
or the PS Vita? Great name.
How about the PlayStation U?
Why not the PlayStation? It's you know.
The PlayStation, just go back
No,
to
you
the
know,
original?
like yeah. Every once
Just
in a
go
while,
back
yeah, you
around.
just go back around.
It's been long enough, you know, like how there's like Friday the 13th, 1980, and then there's Friday.
PlayStation 64.
It's
We're
actually...
going back to 64-bit gaming,
that,
boys.
that actually is a thing that was found recently.
What, the PlayStation 64?
Cube
Oh,
was going
God.
to talk about that, but yeah, I think.
Wait, was I?
Were you?
I don't think I was.
They
Gros-
recently found a PS4 or N64 PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's right. They were
interesting.
gonna work together.
Yeah, and they found
Oh.
the working prototype.
What was
Yeah,
I gonna do?
Let's see if I can find it. PlayStation.
Was it just gonna play like both games or both consoles?
No, it was like an N64, but with a disc drive.
Just technology, yeah.
Hmm. It didn't turn out so well for the Sega. Gotta be honest. It'd probably turn out the same as the Sega CD. That's also the whole stupid renaming system is also why I labeled my Silent Hill stream that I uploaded to my channel 1999, because I'm sure they're gonna make a remake of Silent Hill at some point.
Yeah, probably.
Gotta distinguish it sometimes. Why am I playing Silent Hill 2 on an emulator? Because it's available on the PC? Because the PC port is apparently pretty shit.
It's not
So,
great.
Yeah.
They
you
also they did remake Silent Hill for the most recent console versions, but that one's also shit.
Yep.
What a
That's what I heard.
surprise!
They biffed the remake.
They use Comic Sans for a lot of the fonts, which is great.
What?
Like, yeah, if you like look up Silent Hill on like the PS3, there's just like all of the signs are in Comic Sans, and it's like, what? Why are all the signs
Yeah,
Comic Sans?
why would you do that? That's like the basement music in Resident Evil 1.
'Cause they didn't upscale the signs because the signs were like in like Times New Roman or some shit. They actively changed them to Comic Sans. Like, it's like this doesn't look terrible at all.
Times New Roman isn't too... They could... Fuck, man, an emulator can upscale or make Silent Hill 2 look pretty damn good. How can they not get that right? Seriously.
Because I'm pretty sure the people that got to develop it were like, they worked on mobile stuff.
Fuck, I'd contact the development team who made the emulator, and I'd just be like, hey, you wanna take a look at this game? Just make it better.
Do you want to just, upscale it?
Yeah, please.
No,
Give
that
me
would cost money. Why would we do that?
No, we'll hire a mobile guy, and then we'll make all the Science Comic Sans. We'll specifically do that because there's nothing scarier than Comic Sans.
Oh, you don't want Comic Sans? Here, just have normal Sans.
Oh God,
Comic
we're
Sans
being
podcast.
attacked. We're being attacked by disenfranchised teenagers.
Hey, do you want us not to put Comic Sans on your sign? You're gonna have
Yes.
to pay us a little bit of extra money for that.
Alright, so why does it say Dark Souls 3 Shenanigans? I know that Dark Souls 3 is being released in Japan before here, even though people have found out that it's ready to be played here, and they're just, I don't know why they're
They're
not
region
releasing
locking.
it. Yeah, for no reason.
There's
Yeah,
a
it's-
lot of other poop things they're doing.
Also,
as well.
it's gonna really suck because, when you play a Dark Souls game, you want it to be like your free. Like you don't want to know where all the traps are and whatnot. If you know where everything is, like that ruins your experience with Dark Souls. Like, I played through Dark Souls 2 like a billion times, but the best time was definitely the first time. So if all these Japanese people are already playing the game and they start putting up like videos and stuff, then everyone's gonna fucking know. Like, you know what I mean?
You pretty much summed up literally everything that the shenanigans were about, that I can think of at least.
Well, there's also the mobile game thing.
Oh, really? They're having a mobile game?
It was already released. It's not great.
I've
Wait, is it?
seen I've
Yeah.
seen a little bit of Dark
an
Souls
endless
3
runner.
stuff.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
How does
that's
that
right,
fit
I
into
saw
Dark
that.
Souls whatsoever?
I think
It's
just a
Dark Souls
promotional thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. They
Kinda
also
like-
partnered with EV Games and did a bunch of weird, shady shit.
But it looks like Dark Souls 3 is going to answer questions
Oh, that's good at least.
because like a lot of things are mentioned. I know Solaire's armor is in the game, and so this will be like the first game to actually mention people from other games. Because in Dark Souls 2, they don't mention anybody like by name. They vaguely mention the 4 bosses, but Solaire's name is in the game. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really want to say too much,
It looks better, like from both like graphic wise and like frame rate
It still
wise.
looks
and
like
gameplay wise.
enemies still have magic magnetic swords, which was the worst part of Dark Souls 2.
Slashy Souls? That's the name of the mobile game?
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
endless runner slashing game
It's
that.
very pixelated.
Yeah,
Salt and Sanctuary came out, but it's not on PC yet.
yeah, it's a PS4 exclusive.
No, it's coming out on PC. It's just not
I don't know,
out.
but it's a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
even
don't know,
get
it doesn't
timed
look that good.
exclusives or bullshit that's like region locking. It makes no sense.
It makes sense. It doesn't make sense from a let's not be assholes to people.
I guess it builds hype.
But when you
could
make
say.
money, yeah, you want to make money.
Exactly, and that's what Bandai Namco want. All that dosh.
Yeah.
Grab it while it's hot.
And then in 2 years they'll do the way of Konami and start being assholes, and then pachinko machines. Wait, we want Dark Souls 4. No, pachinko Dark Souls.
You'd
I would
play
not be
that,
surprised.
don't lie.
I would not play pachinko Dark Souls. It would be the hardest pachinko game in the world.
You would never win. One in a million chance.
There would be PvP.
Oh God. You would.
And
I would imagine somebody get murdered over
Someone
that.
runs over to your, you have to actually fight them. You've been invaded, and if they beat you, they steal your pachinko balls.
I don't even know what a
get stabbed
pachinko
in
mean
the
does.
chest. You died.
You respawn at the entrance door.
People start ripping flesh off you. I'm becoming hollowed. Here, drink this. It will heal you. Dies. It's fucking antifreeze.
It sounds like the best thing ever.
It sounds like a pretty good pachinko game. I mean, considering pachinko is like the most boring thing on the planet.
No, yes and no. It depends on what
It's
machine you're
it's
playing.
literally it's okay. When I think pachinko, I
Hit the
think
lever.
that mini game, that mini game from The Price is Right. You know, the one that was literally pachinko.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
great.
It's just fucking. I just think of Bob Barker. I start yawning.
Come on, you can't be upset at Bob Barker.
I
I'm
think
not
about
upset at
castrating
Bob
animals,
Barker.
but that's just me.
He's goddamn
Please
Bob Barker.
Spay and neuter your pets, your prets.
Fraser, why did you have to explain my joke? You could have just. Aw.
No, I didn't explain your joke. I just said the words.
Yeah, but jokes are best if you have to explain them out in great detail.
That's true.
That's how you know you've made it as a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
You're
be
up
telling
on
you about this
stage,
obscure reference, you know.
Yeah.
and then you say the joke afterwards. Definitely doesn't lead directly into it. But yeah, you guys, I assume you're both going to play Dark Souls 3.
When I build my new PC, probably. Billy still hasn't played Dark Souls 2
Oh.
I'm probably not going to be
because
honest.
he was going to beat Dark Souls 1 first, and that never happened.
How far
I
did you
want to
get?
play. I have like 2 of the 4 left.
Oh, I got right after Ornstein and Schmo. How far
Yeah,
am
no
I?
problem
Stop
with them,
playing.
ironically. Everyone was like, "Oh, they're super tough." It's like
They
eh.
they are like
They're
one
pretty
of the
tough.
harder bosses. They're like the wall, but they're like the halfway point, you know.
So I
They're
only made it
pretty
like
tough.
halfway then.
Well, once you beat them, then you only got like 4 more bosses. Or
Okay.
He also
well,
tried to tell me Four Kings was tough, but he was also not that
four.
tough.
Well, it's all you know. Like it's not like we're gonna have the same amount of difficulty with every boss. Like you might be better at certain concepts and stuff than I was. And plus, I built my character really weird. Like if you're not playing a super tanky character, the 4 kings can break you down really fast. Or if you don't do a lot of damage, like if you
Yeah, I
get
was gonna
more
say.
than 2 kings, you're pretty much screwed.
I was fast, like I was a dex-based, like super damage character.
And I just found out recently that there's a summon for that fight.
Yeah, there's a summon for every boss, I think.
Do you get anything
Not
for
every
not
boss.
summoning?
No.
Oh, just a
sense of
accomplishment. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did it all the way up to Ornstein and
You owe
Schmo.
me a Coke.
Did you beat them?
I have a Coke, a vanilla Coke.
Did you beat them, Cube?
Fucker. I hate they don't sell those in Canada anymore.
Haha.
You asshole. Why
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
rubbing
I did beat them actually, and then I
The
stopped playing.
only, like the first time I played through offline, and so the only people I ever summoned, I only ever summoned Solaire for the fights that Solaire is there for. So, like, I guess I did like all the bosses but 3.
You got
without
mad at me for
summoning?
not summoning, which I find weird.
Well, I don't know if I got mad at you. I thought it was like I really don't see why it matters. If you're having trouble, you might as well summon.
The only reason he got mad at me is because I said I wouldn't play with him until I
Yeah,
beat the game.
you wouldn't play with me. That's what. Yeah, and then you never beat it.
I
and
never
then
beat it.
You're never gonna play Dark Souls 2.
Listen, I'll
because
beat
you're
it
never
after
gonna-
I finish watching
Yeah,
playing
it-
Deadly
yeah,
Premonition.
It'll be fine because
After I finish
it'll be
watching Deadly
years from now
Premonition.
when I don't even care anymore.
After I finish playing
Honestly,
Besides, playing Dark Souls with someone, you know, now that I've done it, it's more annoying than playing it by yourself.
that's
Like
fair.
co-oping through the entire game just takes fucking forever.
Did they change that in Dark Souls 3, do you know?
I don't know. You're not really supposed to co-op through the game. You know, you're not supposed to like, oh, yeah, at every bonfire here, place your summon sign down, and we'll just fucking keep
Yeah.
going.
I get it. You know
Like
what?
I don't know.
This opens up a great opportunity for people who want to buy the play. I'm completely backtracking on earlier conversation, but if you want to buy a PlayStation 4 and play Bloodborne, this is a good chance.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I
Yeah,
want to
that's
get
true.
Bloodborne.
I do want to
That's
play
really
Bloodborne so bad, so
Me
I'm just
too.
gonna play it when Billy fucking.
Oh,
I feel like I'd
That's
like
it.
Bloodborne way more than Dark Souls, just because of like both the aesthetic style and
the fucking aesthetic,
Yeah, I
man.
I really love the fucking like it is like a very H.P. Lovecraft story, and I love that shit.
You guys ever read or listen to the audiobooks of H.P. Lovecraft stuff?
I have read The Mountains of Madness,
That's a good one.
and
about you,
I
Billy?
have watched Dagon and stuff like that.
Yeah, I had a collection of all of his stories as well as all of the stuff that the guys after him wrote, because he had a universe that he allowed other writers to play in. I don't specifically remember their names, but yeah.
He ghost wrote for a couple of people as well, but I'm pretty sure those are added. There's a thing I should link the stream, because it's from Chilling Tales for Dark Nights, and it's from H.P. Lovecraft, or one of his things. And it's probably one of my favorite stories, or
I think you mean
readings
Link
of it.
Crosby.
Grosby? Yeah, the only guy here. Well,
If you
let's-
want to watch H.P. Lovecraft stuff instead of like reading it, everything by Stuart Gordon is literally H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I mean, is
Stuart Gordon?
Yeah, the guy that did Reanimator, From Beyond, Dagon.
Reanimator isn't really. It
No, it is.
sort of is. Is it based off a
Yeah.
Lovecraft story?
Yeah.
Oh.
Herbert West is a H.P. Lovecraft character,
Hmm.
and he's exactly like he is in the books.
I'm Herbert Moon.
That was uncalled for.
Alright, here it is. The Dunwich Horror. This is a good one.
Dunwich Horror. I've heard of that before.
It's because of Fallout.
Yeah.
The Dunwich building. Fallout
and
3.
the Dunwich Hole in Fallout 4.
The
Oh, man.
boulders.
Oh, I didn't see that.
At the place where
Yeah,
I
it's
was
in
at
4.
today, I felt happy because there was a guy wearing a Brotherhood of Steel sweater, and then this girl was talking to him about Fallout, and she was like, "Which Fallout do you like?" And he was like, "I like Fallout 4," and she was like, "You fucking asshole! Fallout 2 is obviously the best one. Fallout 4 is shit." And I was like, "I'm so happy."
Did you not? Did you get her number?
No, I
Please
didn't
tell
get
me you got her number.
But she's in the thing.
He
with
just
me.
continued looking down and shuffled past quickly.
She must take my deed, and she must have it.
Together we will create our own Fallout. We'll call it Van Vuren.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you guys know that there was originally supposed to be a Fallout MMO developed
Yeah.
by
Yep.
Interactive, or Interplay?
There was a Fallout MMO.
It's called
It
Fool.
just wasn't developed. It was done by the fan base.
Yeah, but then there was the official one, and I wonder if the web page is still up. There was a there was a website.
The
for it.
Fallout
It's
2
pretty good.
MMO that
Yeah, I
was done
remember
by
that.
fans is still up. People still play that.
Fucking hell, dude. I remember posting on the forums of Interplay being like, hey, if you guys ever need a, alpha tester, I'd totally be down for that. But of course, there were like 20 or 30 other people doing that too.
Yeah. There's a lot of really cool stories that, like, you can see the dissonance between like what people thought Fallout was in the isometric days to what people see Fallout as now. It was way fucking darker and like just way more apocalyptic.
Oh, man.
There's a lot of animations done by people who were fans of Fallout 2 and who played the MMO, and there's like, it's sort of like Eve where there's all these stories of stuff that happened, and it's really cool.
Here,
Plus,
Cube.
you still can't play as a fucking ghoul in Fallout. Like, what the fuck?
Link
can't be a
this in
super
chat.
duper.
That's the MMO, and that has all like the stories and stuff from the MMO.
Bethesda keeps fucking up Super Mutants. Like, oh,
Alright, here's the link that Billy sent me about the Fallout MMO.
I'm gonna see
Project
if I can find.
V13.
See if I can find the website.
God, I wish this would have gone through instead of the fucking stupid Elder Scrolls MMO.
yep.
That
Well,
fell
there's-
apart completely, didn't it?
There was a
Did
shit
did
ton
this
of legal
game ever
issues.
get released or no?
There
No.
were issues because Interplay, they settled for $2 million, I think it was.
Interplay did the best with Fallout.
I really love Obsidian's interpretation. And I hope they get
Isn't
their hands back
Obsidian
on it.
what Interplay turned into?
No, you're thinking Black Isle. Black
Oh.
Isle did a good job.
Black
That
Isle
Black
did
Isle
help
turned into
with New
Obsidian.
Vegas too, didn't they?
They're Obsidian now.
Yeah. Okay. See. So yeah, I was right.
There you go.
Yeah.
No. Yes and no.
Well, I mean, it's not all the same people, but it is some of the same. Like, it's the same company. Like, they've changed names, but it's
And then Chris Avalon was he was one of the main dudes from Black Isle and Obsidian, but he went his own way and he made Pillars of Eternity.
Right. I'm pretty sure Obsidian is working on a new top-down RPG, kind of like Wasteland 2. So that's they probably don't have time for a new Fallout game, to be honest, because they just kickstarted
plus they
another
need to
game.
buy the IP.
I'm sure they expressed in the Twitter stuff that they don't hold any grudge against Bethesda for not getting that bonus, because they had a thing going on where it's like, get a Metascore rating of a 90 and you can get the bonus, and they fell down by 1 point and they didn't get the bonus.
What bonus?
I remember that.
It was like a bonus that Bethesda would have paid to Obsidian.
It was like they would have got double whatever they were making.
A huge boost, and I think they had to lay people off for that because they didn't get it.
They did. It was a very dickish thing.
It was a very dickish thing, but I guess they're not contractually obligated to do that. I gotta wonder if they're just doing it for PR, saying like, "Ah, we'd totally love to do it again," and if the entire company's like, "Fuck these guys, we're gonna do Kickstarter instead." Gotta wonder about that.
Yeah, the other one is Fawnline 2.
Fawnline 2.
Yeah, I'll link it here. This is the one I was interested in a while ago. I posted it with Drive Not Found because I am the best.
All of my dogs got.
I think the last update is 2014, and it's copyright 2016. Status online uptime 14 days, players 87. So there's still
87 players.
Yeah, and they've got this. Well, I mean, it's old. People have been playing it for years, but people, it's interesting that
this could be a thing to stream. I mean,
take a look at it. There's probably a whole bunch of really cool stuff that happens in this game. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll take a look at this sometime.
I wonder if Interplay could ever remake the Fallout games, although they don't own the rights to anything anymore because they sold it all to Bethesda.
I feel like you really need to. They still hold up, and you can still upscale the graphics.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, let me read off what this is really quick. It's the About the Game. Fallout fans can take a trip down memory lane and fight, cooperate, and discover their way through a brand new world using the original Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 setup. Taking place in the year 2237, just 4 years before the events known from Fallout 2 took place. Enjoy the game through the main questline, or just take your time and mind your own business. Form a player faction and get recruits, get bases and cars, craft items, trade with NPCs or other players by setting up your own shop, or just go solo and fight your way through the various dungeons. Want to be a thief, a sniper, a big gun, or a scientist? No problem, it's all up to you. Tailor your character to your playstyle. F-Online 2 is offering deep PvP experience. Calculate your moves. Use strategy and tactics in order to be the last man standing during turn-based fights in random encounters all over the wasteland, or take place in massive real-time battles between rival factions in order to take control over the towns and profit from tributes. So it seems pretty, I don't know. It seems interesting.
So it took place in Memory Lane.
Look, there's only like 87. There's only 87 people. We could take over. We could roll with an iron fist.
I'm assuming like at least 5 of those people have literally done everything in the game or in a max level.
Well, that's the amount of people that are playing right now. There's probably like at least, I would say probably like 100
2 more. At least
people.
2 more guys.
I gotta wonder how big it is. What can you do in the game?
I don't know. I might have to check it out, though.
Oh, apparently in this they have a list of bullet points.
Oh my god! Starting the game, here are some few early game tips. After you get on your feet, speak to Kenny, the man outside the tent you woke up in.
Alright, we have to play the game.
Can you kill Kenny? And then can you make a shitty South Park reference?
Oh, I'm sure the game has that. I'm sure it does. You can talk to Kenny.
What happens if you die? Do you just die?
That would be cool.
No, it's probably like most MMOs.
Respawn in a hub area.
Yeah.
You can join a caravan and just...
Oh, Grasby says he's played Fawnline 2 before, and it was rough.
It was rough.
Yeah,
eh?
it sounds like it'd be a rough experience.
Like, rough as in hard or rough as in not very good?
Unpolished.
Well, it's a mod.
You're a mod.
Thank you.
Defense of NCR2. When does Fallout 2 take? That takes place before Fallout 3.
I want to say 2020.
Fallout 2 takes place...
Or
like
2229, I think.
It's around that time. It's 2239. Yeah, around that. I think Fallout 3 is 100 years later.
Yeah, roughly.
Which it is sort of stupid because at that point either the NCR would be gone or they would be all over. Well, does New Vegas take place at the same time as Fallout 3?
I don't think so. I'm
No.
pretty sure it takes
No.
place
It's like a year after, isn't it?
Yeah, like almost.
Yeah.
pretty close to the
The
same.
NCR should be way bigger than it is, in my opinion. It should be like the
I don't know.
entire
I mean,
east, like Western coast.
They have been screwed over by a couple things, mostly because trying to unite all those people is a little bit rough.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
they're
Caesar's
an
Legion
entire
has such a
country.
hard grip on it, and why he's doing so good.
No,
because he just-
Caesar's only doing well on the east of the Hudson River, which is where I don't know where that is in America.
well, he would have continued to do well if the NCR wasn't
Yeah,
there.
the NCR wasn't there.
He would have fucking swept up the entire
that's
nation.
because it was all tribals over that way. That's why the NCR has such a good way too. But the NCR doesn't fucking kill everybody. They're just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna annex you, and then things get slightly shittier. You gotta pay taxes and stuff, but things get better too. Like you're gonna live a lot longer being part of the NCR than you are being part of the Caesar's Legion. Like
it is
they
an
have
interesting difference as well.
they have Gex, so they can change the wasteland. They have like Western America is back to like being a non-nuclear wasteland. Like there's trees, there's fields,
I mean,
they
that's
grow,
what you
like,
do in
apples
Fallout
and
2.
tomatoes
You
and
get the
shit.
Gek, right?
Yeah, you get the Gek.
Well, you mind if I interject with like my? It's
Sure.
not my theory, but it's my theory that I came up with. But I know other people have probably thought about it.
Mhm.
You know how in Fallout 4, like they talk about how everyone got sick, right?
Yeah.
Well, my interpretation is that in Fallout 3 you had the option of putting the anti-FEV stuff in the water.
Hmm.
My interpretation is that that's canon, and that's why everybody got sick and people started dying.
You think
Interesting.
that's it? Well, you find the cure, don't you?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like you find in Fallout 4, you find the cure.
No, that's
For-
the cure for the rat bite,
Oh.
or for the mole rat bite.
Oh, right.
No. It's part of McCready's quest, don't you? Find his.
Yes, but there's no proof that's all a theoretical.
Okay, but
Cure.
what is the cure that you find for? Do you know what it's for?
I'm pretty sure it's for anti-FEV stuff.
Are you sure?
No, again, this is just my theory, but that
Your
would
theory,
make
okay.
sense. That would explain why everybody gets sick. So that would also explain why,
Why the Brotherhood left?
why
and
the
why
Brotherhood
they're more
splintered.
dickish?
why they splinter off.
Well, again, Dagless,
But
I don't
they're
know where you
they're
got
not-
this idea that the Brotherhood was never so power hungry and want
No,
all the tech
in
for
Fallout
themselves.
3, the Brotherhood in Fallout 3 they're sort of a splinter group. The other Brotherhood don't agree with them because that Brotherhood in the Capital Wasteland doesn't want to take technology away from everyone. They believe in helping people.
Well, there were two Brotherhood in Fallout 3.
yeah,
though.
yeah. The Outcasts in Fallout 3 were more traditional Brotherhood. So
Interesting.
that's why in New Vegas, you find the Brotherhood, and what they say is you don't help them. You do not let them in. The Brotherhood in the Capital Wasteland was recruiting Wastelanders, and was giving them technology, helping them out. Brotherhood in NTR territory got wiped out because they wouldn't let anybody have technology, and the NTR was like,
I'm going to
"Fuck
disagree
yourself."
with you on the whole them helping people out in Fallout 3.
They
I
help people
don't-
out more than the normal.
They helped
Brotherhood
you
do.
out. I don't really remember them helping anybody but
Almost.
the Wastelander out.
There's no they.
You literally
Well,
have the people
they do
begging
the
outside
water-
of towns,
yeah,
right?
They do the water
Yeah.
caravans. They're the ones bringing water to everybody after Broken Steel. They're the
Yeah,
ones
but
setting up the
That's
water caravans.
also more self-interest. That
It's,
also helps them more than I would say it
it
helps
help.
others.
No, but they talk about it all the time, helping the Wastelanders. That's why the Outcasts aren't
Do
with
they?
them.
I
Yeah,
don't
they do all the
remember them
time.
talking about helping
That's
others.
yeah. Well, Maxon or not Maxon. Elder Lyons talks about how the Outcast got upset because he wasn't following traditional Brotherhood. Like the what's it called? The chain that binds. He wasn't following that. Like what Maxon said.
Well, that's what happens in Fallout New Vegas too, right?
What do you
That's everybody underground. A lot of people are like, oh, the leader originally in the Fallout New Vegas bunker, where the Brotherhood are, he wants to stay the course or something like that. and you can impeach him or do a mutiny to put in somebody else who will expand the Brotherhood to the outside world.
The guy, no, if you impeach the guy in New Vegas, the guy that replaces him refuses to do anything that is not traditional Brotherhood.
Okay.
The guy who is currently the Elder is a little more liberal, and that's why he's willing to ally with the NCR. And that's just one little thing of NCR, you know?
Alright, yeah, I just wanted to...
If the Brotherhood in Fallout
sure I had
3
that right.
was like the Brotherhood normally, there would be so much fighting between the Brotherhood and, like, the normal, like, just Wastelanders, but there's not. There's not a lot of infighting in between them. They don't let people into the Citadel, but they do accept recruits from time to time. That's why, when you first meet them, they're training those 2 recruits, and one of them is already dead, and then the other one dies, and then they're like, she would have become a paladin after that.
You know,
Or
I
a
really love the idea of the traditional Brotherhood of Steel.
They went back on it a little bit.
Yeah, but Elder Maxon was
in Fallout
dumb.
4. But even Elder Maxon is still sort of more liberal than the rest of the Brotherhood. Like, even the Brotherhood in Fallout 4 is still less fascist than normal Brotherhood. The most liberal Brotherhood would probably have to be the Brotherhood from Brotherhood of Steel Tactics.
I never play that game.
Not the Xbox game?
No, Tactics, because...
I gotta play that game.
Because
really
they
do.
end up...
I
Like,
really do too.
the whole thing is the Brotherhood from the western coast finds a bunch of airships, and they want to expand into the eastern America, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they take all these airships over, but the biggest one crashes, and that's like the main Brotherhood force. So in the west, Brotherhood is almost extinct, killed by the NCR. In the east, it's basically the Capital Wasteland Brotherhood.
That's
and then
pretty much
there's,
what
like,
happens to
there's
fascist
There's some
stuff.
Middle America Brotherhood. Well, the Brotherhood aren't like
They're
well-meaning.
pretty fascist.
They're well-meaning though. They
And
think
there's the
well-meaning
Brotherhood in
fascists.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
so. So the Brotherhood in Fallout Tactics has to recruit outsiders. They've got a bunker. They don't really have much else. So there's more outsiders in their Brotherhood, and they end up recruiting like talking death claws, ghouls, super
Talking
mutants,
death claws.
Yeah, something
Holy shit.
Brotherhood would never do.
That's amazing.
They wear
there's-
robes.
There's talking death claws in Fallout 2, but they're basically
Yeah.
extinct.
You can recruit one into your party. He's pretty
Oh,
badass, actually.
Yeah,
You can get
so-
a car in Fallout 2 as well, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
you could. No, it was a motorcycle, wasn't it?
No, it was a
was
car.
a car?
It was Mad Max's car.
Oh,
Cool.
the black on black.
Yep.
Yeah, but
The
in
magnum
in
opus.
Fallout 3,
Yep.
the Brotherhood was not really the Brotherhood. They were made out to be like the super good guys.
Yes. But I feel that was specifically only Elder Lions.
The outcasts in that game
and
were the true
Lion's
Brotherhood.
Pride. I don't know.
I agree. And they had the better power
There
armor.
definitely were people who disagreed with Lions, but like most of them were like, yeah, why don't we help the Wastelanders?
Well, Elder Lions was still teaching like the traditional, all
To-
of their traditional shit to the younger generation.
yeah, that's true.
I think
But-
he was trying to teach them and hoping that they would like
Decide on
learn
their
to-
own.
Yeah, but they didn't.
They didn't. Well, Maxon did a little bit. Maxon isn't as bad as he could be. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like they retconned what they wanted to do with the Brotherhood in Fallout 4. Like they're like, hey, actually, the Brotherhood should be fucking dicks, so let's make them dicks.
I don't know. I could see why and how he got to how he is.
I'm
I
gonna
feel
have
like it's
to
not
brush
really a
up on all
retcon.
that stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably went through some stuff after the whole Capital Wasteland
Well, there's
scenario.
still people in the Capital Way. There's still Brotherhood, right? That's where.
Yeah,
Sir
but-
Lyons
No.
is.
Didn't
all
he
the
say that they
Brotherhood-
cracked down a bit after they...
No, all of the Brotherhood have left the Capital Wasteland
Okay.
because
Really?
all the lions die. All
Oh,
of the lions die.
like Elder Lions, Sarah Lions, Lions
yes,
Pride.
they all die, so they abandon the wasteland.
See,
that's
What,
why
that's
what
so
happened?
See, that's usually people who make games, they're so afraid of making one a choice canon, so they usually come up with like an alternate thing. I don't understand why Bethesda would do that. Yeah, all that good stuff you did in the Capital Wasteland. Yeah, it's all gone.
Well, isn't that kind of how that's kind of good. Like, Fallout should be about, hey, you know all that shit you did? Kind of meaningless.
Yeah, and everything is terrible. The world was nuked. It's
The
probably going to
world
be
got
nuked
better
again.
for a short period there, but then it got shit again.
I guess.
That's the world
Like,
of
that's the-
Fallout.
That's what the whole Followers of the Apocalypse is about, is like the world is like constantly cycling. Like, it gets better, gets worse. Gets better, gets worse. You know?
I guess.
And the Follower of the Apocalypse are specifically designated to make sure it doesn't get better to the point where nuclear arms is again a thing. Because it
Well-
knows it'll just get worse again.
I thought they were just about helping people.
Yes and no. There's more to it than that.
Aren't the
I know they don't want nukes. I know that much. The Followers of the Apocalypse were originally... I think they were originally humans who were helping the Master.
No.
Or was that a different cult?
That was a different thing.
That was
Yeah,
all
the
the
They were
Followers of the
called like
Apocalypse.
Followers of something, though.
The Master, probably.
No, they weren't called Followers of the Master. I think they were Followers of the Apocalypse. In
Or
Fallout
no.
1, it was them. It was Followers of the Apocalypse, and then in Fallout 2, when the Master was dead, they sort of changed their credo.
Yeah, oh god, how did we even get into Fallout? Jesus Christ, we thought the Brotherhood of Steel or something? The point is, I love the Fascist Brotherhood. They're pretty amazing. I don't know.
I don't like that you can't be a bad guy in,
I mean, that's that's part of the voice acting issues, too.
I mean, even the Institute, like, as bad as they are
Sarcastic option.
Sarcastic.
not even that, like, they're still good, quote unquote.
I wonder what they're gonna do with fucking the next... the next Elder Scrolls game. They're gonna voice act that, too? I hope not.
Probably.
God. Oh.
I think it's going to get to the point where you're not going to be able to tell the difference between an Elder Scrolls
Okay.
game and a Fallout game.
It was the Followers of the Apocalypse and the Children of the Cathedral.
It's going to become homogenized.
Yep, that's the future. Homogenization.
I'm also kind of hoping, I've mentioned this to Fraser, that they do like an interquel, like they did with New Vegas, you know? Like there's going to be like a Fallout 4.5.
I hope so.
Like, I don't know, Fallout
I wish
Amsterdam or
I wish that
China.
the Bethesda Fallouts would acknowledge the interplay Fallouts. Like, they do not talk about the NCR.
Yeah, they do.
Fallout. They mentioned the Viper Gang in one of the in like a terminal that you find in the Citadel that you never have to read. Like, they barely mention the NCR. They barely mention
It was on the
That's,
East Coast, right? It was on the complete
West
opposite
Coast
side.
and
right?
East Coast. Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, the NCR are so advanced that they have vertibirds. They produce vertibirds.
But the U.S. is pretty fucking huge, and you got to think of all the different dangers of the wasteland.
I don't know.
And logistically, without like communications and shit like that being set up on the other side, how are they going to contact people? Right?
Well, I think that's what New Vegas was about,
Well,
was
the
them
Brotherhood
spreading
made
out,
it across.
starting to do that.
yeah, they're going to start setting up infrastructure. I went with Mr. House though because he has a fucking plan and
Yeah,
he
he
can get
does
stuff
have a
done.
he does have a plan.
got a
I went
monorail
with me
up.
doing shit because I'm a good guy and I would
Oh yeah.
make the right decisions.
I'm sure. You're
House-
not Mr. House, though. He
House-
saved the strip from nukes.
House
for
has
God's
nothing
sakes.
to gain. Nothing to gain from being in
Exactly.
charge. He's in a fucking virtual world. The only thing that continues for him is he gets to enjoy his virtual world.
A benevolent dictator.
He has no he has no reason to just be like, yeah, I want.
Yeah,
Vegas
therefore
because
he
I
has
want
no
Vegas.
reason not to fuck you guys.
But he has no reason to fuck you.
Exactly. That's the one guy you gotta look out for.
I
He could just do it
honestly
because he
think
could do
I
it.
honestly think House is the option that would clear up New Vegas, and like he talks about it.
No.
You get to space, get off the planet. He doesn't care about fixing the planet. Go get a new one.
I
One
feel
thing-
like me making all the decisions with my robot
yeah,
dude.
but you're not
was the best
immortal.
thing.
You'll die.
Eh.
House will live forever as long as even if without power. Like, he survived without power when the nukes hit for a while. Like, he
Yeah,
had
but
these,
as soon as
like,
you open that
backup
containment
generators.
thing, he's like, fuck it. Would you want that guy as a leader?
No, you don't open up the. If you open up the containment thing, he's
Yeah, he's
He
already
immediately
dead.
quits
yeah,
the game.
he's already dead.
He knows that he's dead.
When you do it, like against him, he doesn't try to stop you. He knows he's dead. Even if you put him back in, he's like, fuck it.
Well, I mean, the point is that once you take him out of that hermetically sealed thing, he's
gonna
already
die, like,
dead.
Immediately, yeah.
So once he exposes his shitty immune system to the air, that's that. GG.
I think that he would. I agree with Cube. I think House is the man that needs to do the things.
One thing I was sad about in Fallout New Vegas, though, is that you can't have the Brotherhood of Steel survive if you want to go with Mr. House.
Yeah.
And so I had to mod that.
Well, it makes sense, though, because the Brotherhood would never allow anyone to have technology like that.
That's true, but what the fuck are they gonna do? They're just gonna sit in their stupid
Die.
bunkers. See, I wish there was a speech check saying, "Nah, they're a problem." They're
we'll
just gonna
ignore
sit
them.
there and
If they attack, we'll attack them.
we'll
or
attack them
something,
back. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I guess. See, I feel like the NCR, because House doesn't want the NCR to be kicked out of Vegas. He still wants them to be allowed to come to Vegas, but he wants Vegas to be an independent state, like New Reno. There's places in the NCR that are still independent of the NCR, just because they provide things that are outside of the NCR's laws and stuff that NCR citizens like to do, like gambling all your money away and shit. They only want New Vegas because of the dam. They want the electricity.
Yeah, you know what I would love to see in a Fallout 4 DLC? I would love to see a return to the Capital Wasteland, even if it's like a tiny chunk.
I want to
of
see
the
what
map.
happened in Canada. I mean, I know it would basically be a Fallout America, but I feel like a Fallout in some place in Canada could be slightly interesting. Or maybe a Fallout Britain. I thought the Commonwealth was going to be Britain.
Yeah, same. I still
Well, they
want
did mention the
Fallout.
Commonwealth in 3.
I
Yeah.
want Fallout China, to be honest.
That would be cool.
Like seeing
See,
it from the other
the
side.
thing is, it might not have happened over there.
I'm sure it did.
I mean,
No, it did. It's
It
been
probably
confirmed.
did, but there might be places that were not hit by nukes.
They invaded the U.S. Of course the U.S. is going to launch their nukes.
But there's also the theory that the fucking aliens started the nuclear war too,
That's possible.
which is completely possible at this.
I don't
point.
think I don't think Bethesda
don't
would go
think,
for that, though.
I don't think so though, because of the in Fallout 4. In Fallout 4, you find it's like a club of people, and they all killed themselves because they knew what was going to happen. They were big government people, so they knew that they were going to nuke each other. So I don't think that it was the aliens. Plus, Fallout 1 and 2, if there's any evidence of who shot first in that one, that's what I would go with. Anything Bethesda doesn't have the right to make canon, in my opinion. They can tell stories, they cannot tell canon.
I think
they
they're
cannot
really
tell you
good
what
at
happened in the past.
They're really good at making a world with shit to explore, but I don't think they're that great at making
I don't
an
think so.
overarching.
I think they make
story.
really shitty games now.
Well, no, like I was talking about earlier with Frasier, all of the in-world stuff where you'll find a car with people, two skeletons that are in a clear sex position, or you'll find that bank where it was obviously being robbed at the time. They do stuff like that really well,
Yeah.
but the overall quests aren't great.
Or
Yeah,
that
the
one
quest-
random science laboratory where you can go in there and you found out that a team was trapped in the
Yeah.
place making power armor. That was pretty cool to find.
All
Yeah,
of
they
the miner
do-
stuff is great.
yeah, it's the big stuff, and I think their
Exactly.
level design is pretty bad too.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I go into
Okay,
a dungeon
okay, I
and I
talked-
see a locked door, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, that's
you're
where I'm going
that's
to come
where I'm
out.
coming out.
And
Yeah,
then I
Yeah.
go through the
That's
dungeon
true.
and I pop out of that door. I'm like, oh, big fucking
There's-
surprise.
there
Yes,
are
but
some
that's a
really cool
convenience
areas,
thing.
But it's very few and far between. The place with the fucking Mad Max pit all the way down into the Deathclaw arena. That place is cool.
Yeah, see,
I like
they're
they're
pretty
to be
good.
honest.
My main reason for saying that Bethesda is shit at making their worlds and making their games good is they do not have the same option as in New Vegas where you can kill everyone because they're so afraid of people killing essential quest killers or givers or essential quest givers being killed that they give people essential tags because they're so shit at putting their people in situations where that wouldn't happen unless you wanted it to
Well,
happen.
Also, to be fair, how many quests actually branch off to have different
That's true.
solutions? A lot of the quests, no matter what you do, end the exact
yeah,
same
it's
way.
one or two. There was also
Oh, we're talking about Fallout 4 stuff, by the way, Cross. Yeah, I know that you're
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
the
I get
podcast
it.
now.
Not really anything spoilerish.
They said they didn't want you to be able to kill everything because people were complaining that like you could kill your companions in Fallout 3. Did they not like are they like the America foreign policy people, like not looking at what other countries are doing? They're like,
Well-
hey, remember those other guys who made a Fallout game where you could only kill your companions if they weren't currently following you?
Well, there's an
Let's
option
not do that.
there's a setting in New Vegas, like depending on the difficulty, depends whether you can kill your companions or not.
Yeah.
Well, you
Like
can
if you're
kill-
playing on very hard, you can just kill them.
You can
If you're
just
playing
kill,
on normal, you can't.
you can kill them on any difficulty, but only if they're not following you. Only if
Yeah,
they're not
that's true.
currently a follower.
Yeah, I mean, Path of Eternity was that? Pillars of Eternity or something like that?
Pillars of Eternity.
It's a really long game, and you can do so much
Yep.
shit in there. That's
It's
just,
Fallout
oh my
2.
god. It's
It's
great.
Fallout 2, basically.
Wasteland
If you
2
want,
is
then
another
Fallout
great
2.
game.
Also Fallout 2.
Mhm.
It's those three games, Fallout 2, Wasteland 2, and Pillars of Eternity. It's all that Chris Avalon guy.
We should wrap up the podcast though, because now we've hit the 1 hour mark a minute ago.
What-
1 minute over.
But
Oh
what about
no!
the Overwatch butt pose? Overwatch butt pose.
Yes, we can talk about that for another hour of the podcast.
No one else is talking about it. Come on.
We got to give
This is
our
news.
useful insight.
All
Come
right.
on.
Thanks for showing up.
So
for
what's
the
going up on your
podcast.
channel? Quickly, Dagless.
Okay, nothing. I'm gonna stream some Enter the Gungeon tomorrow when it comes out.
To
And I might buy it.
twitch.tv
I'm
slash
debating.
drive not found.
Yeah,
Does Enter the Gungeon have a co-op?
yeah. It's
Should I
local
get it?
co-op,
You guys should do it locally and stream it.
but
That'd be
you
cool.
should get it if you like Binding of Isaac. It looks like Binding of Isaac except with guns.
Alright, so
like-
then on my channel... Oh, sorry, Dagless, you can
No,
go
go
real
ahead.
quick. On my channel, I'm going to be continuing playing KOTOR, because I still haven't finished that up, and I started uploading that shit in 60 FPS now. So that's interesting. It looks pretty
Nice.
alright.
What a
Yeah.
scrub!
Only took me 3 years. I finished uploading Silent Hill, the original one, so I might have to start another Half-Life 2 mod, which I'm really excited for, because for a while there, for the past month or two, my channel apparently turned into a retro Let's Playing channel.
It's nice.
I totally did not mean for that to happen, but it happened, so...
When are you gonna start your Rayplay Let's Play?
Oh, you know, in about, never?
What about
Or,
Secure Spirit?
Or your Let's Watch Boku no Pico?
Yeah, when are you gonna play Genital Penetration?
Penetration. I'll do that when I visit you.
Okay.
I'll post the
He's
Let's
gonna
Play of that.
penetrate.
Yeah, I'm gonna penetrate Dagless. Alright, so what about you, Billy? What's going up in your channel?
Nothing. Also, would that count as pedophilia?
What?
No,
You're doing
he's
it to him?
18.
Yeah, I'm 19.
Oh.
I'm legal, which is why Relic isn't interested in me anymore.
Ooh.
Ooh, shade
Ooh.
cast. Alright, but thank you guys for watching the podcast. We
You're
were talking
welcome.
about Fallout for like a half an hour, but that's okay. Because that was a pretty good conversation. I enjoyed it.
You could always just dedicate like one episode where all we do is because I feel like that's a pretty that'd be a pretty good conversation to have.
Just talk about Fallout.
Where Fraser just says something and then I'll
And
explain
then,
how it's
and
connected
then Billy
to.
says that I'm wrong and then tells the right
Like he'll be
thing.
like, "Oh, like Fallout, you didn't go to like New Vegas and Fallout 2." I'm like,
You didn't! The thing you sent me did not give any proof to such things.
Alright,
Fraser, it's
alright, we
New
gotta...
in Nevada.
Reno is not
God
in
damn it.
Vegas, though.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Vegas is a different city. You don't go to New Vegas in Fallout 2.
Yeah, you do. And you
No,
go to
you
the
don't.
Strip.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch
Did
you
you
guys in
read the
another
article?
week or two.
No, Q. We're gonna fight.
This has been the Waiting Queue Podcast for 4/4/16. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.